Hey guys, welcome back. It's Grimreaper coming at you for another video for Raidshadowlegends. Hopefully you're doing well and looking after yourselves. It was a hell of a weekend this weekend. Hopefully you're enjoying some free time and looking forward to a busy period. It looks like from Raid. We've got a Prism Shard event, which is actually looking pretty okay. Will I be buying any shards myself? No, I will not, because that's not what I do anymore. But it's definitely looking like a very interesting pool. Anyway, let's get into today's video. We're on Meeby's account today, and we're looking at a champion that was originally in a champion training original. And it's basically going to be the one and only Blademaster. We wanted to do this video for a while because he has a very interesting kit. Now, a lot of people have a 5-star blessing, and a lot of people have basically the 5-star blessing plus the champion, right? I didn't go through it myself. I didn't see the point, but it has a very interesting kit, and he has a really cool kit. So not S tier legendary, but I think he's definitely some valuable uses on him if built correctly. So let's have a look at a little bit of his kit. We have attack one enemy has a 50% chance of increasing 2 random buffs on each individual ally by 1 turn. This will go up to a 55% chance. Now, this is a very different type of A1. I don't think I've seen many of these around in the game, so that's a very interesting A1. I'm not too sure if it's good or not. Attacks all enemies, places a increased defense and a shield buff on all allies for 2 turns. This shield is equaled to the 30% of this champion's max HP. So that is good because, you know, he's support based in the day. This is on 3-turn cooldown. We do get a bit of more shields value as well, so it's definitely a good one to book. And a very interesting ability here. Then he removes all debuffs from all allies, places block buffs on us for 2 turns. If this is a boss, then the current round, the buffs are protected, which was pretty nice against like Hydra. And then he has a cool passive, so he fills his target turn meter by 5% every time a debuff is placed on them. Also heals his champion by 5% of their max HP whenever a debuff is placed on them, aspired or is removed. So basically that's pretty cool. Base defense is a little bit low, very good speed, reasonable resistance, and very good HP. So very high on the HP side, which is great for the shield. So yeah, really cool champion. Now personally, I think he's got some use in Hydra. He's got some use in Doomtower waves, Curse City waves, and probably dungeon waves, depending on your roster. Now, is this guy S tier? No, he isn't. But I feel like if you don't have a Duchess, you don't have a Pythian, and Pythian is now pretty old school fusion from back in the day, and stuff like that. So a very new account. I feel like this cleanse and block debuffs ability for 2 turns on a 3-turn cooldown is pretty good. It also has a speeder as well of dungeons, which is 30%. And then it also brings shields and increased defense, which is good for survivability. So a very interesting kit. I've kind of put them together. So today is mainly focused on Arena and how I would build in for Arena. So it's more of like a go second team. Not a crazy go second team, but generally because I tried using other fusion champions with him, that's been the past, or 3 champions that are available for most in-game users. I've done a bit of fights already, so let's have a look at a few of these teams. We're looking at go second teams really. So as you can see here, we have Valkyrie, we have Mephala, Arbiter, and UDK. We're at the bottom of Plat. I don't feel like he's a Platinum Arena champion, to be honest. So that's something I would not really consider using, but for go second team, something like this, which is easy accessible for most in-game players, free to play, low spenders, someone that just wants to have a bit of fun, this is a cool. So we have Monkey in here to nuke. We have Emmerich in here to offer a bit of support with the passive, bit of CC with the passive, the ace, the reset, and the taunt as well. So some type of CC method. And then we got the guy here to cleanse and shields. He's also in the bolster set. And then Mephala for increased attack and CC as well. So Mephala, pretty strong champion overall. Emmerich, super strong. I did a video on him a couple of weeks ago. So go ahead, check that out. So obviously they're going to go first and do what they want to do. We're going to go ahead and increase attack, which is pretty important. We are going to petrify there and strip, which is pretty cool. And then everyone's going to do their thing. We're then going to put up the increased defense, and then we're going to cleanse our team, which is the only debuff was there was actually just a monkey, really, which is uncleansable. And then we're just going to let them do their thing, right? Then we're going to do the AoE, which will take out Arb and Mafala pretty quickly, which is super, super cool. And then it's just a case of re-waiting for basically Mafala and UDK to drop. Now, I'm going to save that ability because I want to show you how big the shield is. I was actually pretty impressed on how big that shield was. So UDK has gone down there, which is fine. You're just going to wait for the shields to kind of die off so we can do our thing. It's also worth pointing out, you know, Emmerich can grow shields as well, which will be super cool with this ability. So as we can see here, we have no shields here really on Emmerich, and so I want to show you like how big the shield is, and you'll be surprised. I think you can see how big that is, right? Like big boy ability. Mafala's got a huge shield. The monkey's shield is massive, and Emmerich's shield is pretty good as well. So I'm really surprised with that actually. Obviously we're going to pull it back on 2x speed, so that's super, super cool to see that. And yeah, it really surprised me. So I'm going to go into his kit and I'll show you the build and stuff like that shortly. Let's do a few more fights and I'll kind of show you what this is all about and where I'm kind of thinking, like, if you're limited for champions 3 versus 3 mainly, or classic arena, this is generally quite useful. Even if you don't have the blessing, it's generally a good way to go as well. It's good always to put block buffs up as well. Not a lot of champions have block buffs for 2 turns, so again, you kind of got to work with what you've got, more or less. So we're going to go ahead and do that. Anax as well, a great another free champion, right? She's pretty amazing. So Monkey will do a revive. We've got shield up already. So as you can see, the shields are stacking on top of what we already got, which is super cool to see. And then it's just a case of cleaning up, really. Mafala's going to do her thing. We get cleanse, which is going to be cool. And carry on like so. And we hit auto here. We hit auto because we're done pretty much. All right. And increases the buffs there if you didn't see it there. We have a mythical here, which is strong 50 to Monkey and strong 50 to him. So let's kind of see what happens, right? Like, we lose. Mythicals are extremely difficult to take on anyway. He's not the most S tier mythical in all fairness. But he's still a mythical in the day, and the mythicals are great and pretty strong overall. We take a big boy hit there. We put our bot boss up. We'll try to strip whatever we can here. And then we're gonna put our shields up here. Reset. And let's see if he replaces the shields or stacks on top. It should replace. Pretty much replace that, but as you can see, bigger shields on Mafala. So you could really play with Mafala and stuff like that, right? Oh, we do shoot there. I don't know what happened there. That is a very low resistance. Low resistance on Mr. UDK there. Again, we'll do our thing here. Wait for the cooldown. Emmerich's so good for that ability, in all fairness. And again, like, we got what, 3 S tier champions here, like UDK, S tier, Duchess, S tier, Python, definitely up there, right, for damage reduction. This orc has not even been able to kill us yet. So I kind of built him just mainly just to take as absolute smack. That's what I mainly want from him, right? Want him to focus on just hitting pretty hard, much as possible, really. So as you can see here, we don't have much shield. We're going to come in with that ability there. Great. Bring the increased attack so we can hit harder. Taunt to keep us alive because we don't have a revive in the day. And then we'll put all the block buffs there. We've got 3 turns on Monkey. So lasting gifts doing its job. And then we just wait. We just wait. Now, I think B will probably use him in 3 versus 3. I think he's very viable. There's quite a few ways that you could possibly build him for Arena. To all fairness, but I feel like this for me is just where I'd kind of go with him. Which I will showcase in a second. As you can see here, we got double revive, which is pretty annoying in Arena. This is why I recommend taking Life Harvest on low level champions. And it's nice to see this for on him here, as you can see right there. You can see that, right? So we destroyed a lot of destroyed HP, which is going to help Monkey in second take this out. Now, this fight is getting very, very long, which is ideally not good, but also we can see that it's kind of tanky and survivability as well. Now, if Monkey does go down, obviously he has a super cool passive. That's why it makes him better as a free champion. And then we're just going to try and rotate our turns as fast as possible, as well as keeping us alive and doing what we need to do. So I'm a bit disappointed in that dwarf not being able to kill us yet, but it kind of shows you the power of this team. You can also bring in UDK as well, like UDK in for Emmerich if you wanted. That will kind of work as well. You don't need to bring Emmerich in. Just Emmerich is super nice for that. So I did forget that dwarf put some ally protection. It's a shame he didn't do it a bit sooner. But there we are. Drop him anyway. And then we got the reset. This is why I love Emmerich, bro. I think Emmerich is so cool. Anyway, it's not Emmerich Showcase today. It is a Blademaster. I can't even pronounce his first name. Let me down in the below comments below if you want to hear me try and pronounce his name, his first name. That all should be interesting, right? I feel like all of us could call all of them Blademasters, which depending on which one we're talking about, to be honest. Except from an Archer, right? Archer's pretty easy. She reminds me a bit like Clash of Clans Archer Queen. So I think this is like the only one I haven't done a champion showcase on other than the other one. So that's super strong, which is super nice to see. I think we'll take one more on here, which is a squishy team. Hmm. So we'll play this because he's going to get bombs up on us in a second. We can actually put block buffs up, which is going to be super cool to kind of protect us. And then hopefully take out Monkey here so he doesn't strip. Cool. He's done his bombs abilities, which means that he is pretty useless right now. Should have really hold on to that, but that's cool. Seems like he does a little bit of damage as well. His team is just really squishy. Then it's just waiting for Mr. UDK to pretty much drop. And just wait for that. Besides that shield monkey just sneaked from us. Let's wait for it. You can see like how big that shield is, man. I feel like destroyed HP is really effective against Monkey as well. Just makes it so easier to kind of squish them. Like, especially I noticed with like people like Dutches and stuff, you're just able to do the AoEs into him, which is like super cool in some sense. This Monkey is being a little bit of a monkey right now. Mm-hmm. We just wait and wait. Doesn't finish us, but we will cleanse us, which is nice. A cleanse is super nice, right? There we are. Super cool. A bit of a long one, but you know, once you practice your strategy, work on it and stuff like that, then yeah, not too bad. I kind of just want to go and show you the shield. So let's just pop into Dragon. Let's play around on the team a little bit. So let's take my father out and let's just show this kind of shield that's going on. Let's hopefully not got a shield set in here. So let's put King in here, I suppose. Let's just see like how big the shield is with the bolster on, and then let's see if he can stack it on top. So we didn't see what we wanted to see there. Well, I didn't see what I wanted us to see. So we'll do that. So we have a pretty big shield already, which is the bolster that I've put on him. So let's see if it does its job. Hoping it increases the shield. It does. That shield is much bigger, right? So if you could do a fast one, a protection set is definitely very, very viable. Anyway, let's go take a look at his build then, and to kind of show you what's going on and what's my thinking behind the masteries, stuff like that, and stuff like that. So obviously you have to be careful against King with this, the King Queen, because he ignores shields and gets double hitter and stuff like that, which is not what you really want to see what happens. So right now we've got a defense banner. I do think you do need some defense as well, so just bear that in mind where you build him. I know we've got HP here and then HP ring. Ideally, if you're using reaction, I don't actually have any reaction available. Then we've got HP boots with HP percentage, with speed, then HP chest with speed again, and then HP gloves with generally looking for speed as well. And then we've got speed along the top there. So his stats are coming out like big bolster. Obviously, we got 8,500 coming in from the blessings. Now, if you got the level 1 blessing, that would give you 8,500 straight away. So that's super cool. That is the main thing you need. Level 3 would be super nice as well. Then after that, it's the level 6. Accuracy is not really required in his kit, so I don't think it's worth building accuracy into his kit just for polymorph, in all fairness, because he's stronger on offensive than defensively. So again, resistance, you could build high resistance on him for P versus P, in all fairness, but again, you're looking at 700, and then I'd probably go stone skin after that and then grow the shield from there. Good speed, so 222 is quite standard speed generally, because Mafala in our team is quite fast. Enrica's quite fast, but if you wanted more of a cleanser, take him up to like 272 AT speed and then focus on the HP and defense here. Let's go into the masteries then. So we'll talk about the masteries in a second. There is a couple of blessings that we could take, right? So we have Life Harvest, which is generally one of my favorite blessings to take. You could take Polymorph if you build some accuracy. So I would say like what, 300, 400 accuracy if you wanted it, but it's kind of a waste. Especially Speed Aura as well as Dungeons only. After that, I would probably look at Lightning Cage. In all fairness, like the chances of not having the shields and stuff stolen is quite high. At level 5, so it's a 75% chance of protecting a random buff being stolen and stuff like that. But for me, this one kind of wins hands down. So I suppose another one which are not really thought about, is actually is the emergency heal. So I don't know if that's worth taking for like the A2 or not. That's generally up to you guys. Maybe you put a bit of blood shield on him as well. Maybe that's more of a P versus E build. But this guy has like a lot of utility as well against like Doomtower bosses, Curse City bosses, and all that stuff. Anyway, these are the masteries that I would take for P versus P content. So generally what I'm thinking here is, listen, like, I want to reduce the damage as much as possible. I think Resurgence super cool. If he does get it's like CC'd and then he takes so much damage, he has a 50% chance of just randomly removing one champion like debuff off him. We have Delay Death, which is super cool, and then Cycle of Magic. So 50% chance of increasing our turn meter. If they go first, it either go second team. So delay Cycle of Magic is always appreciated. Most of the time, you always get this as well because they're gonna pretty much crit you, especially in Nuka, and then Retribution for that A1. I'll be honest, like I didn't think Retribution was like super OP, but there's nothing here that really makes sense other than lasting gifts. And it's like selfless defense for what, like sheep maybe? Sorry for sleep. I don't know like how I feel about that one. And then just coming down here just to try and cast, make shields bigger. A rapid response to get more turn meter back around this kit. Law of Steel, you could take Cycle of Magic as well. And then lasting gifts, which is super cool. And then timely intervention, so increases champion's turn meter by 20% whenever a ally hero drops below 25% HP. So again, for me, timely intervention is super cool. He is fully booked. I would probably put these two abilities. I won't really worry about that one so much. So it's quite a few books needed. So there we are. There is my champion showcase on Blademaster. Not super crazy, not super bad champion. I think there is a lot of utility in PvP. Let me down in the comments if you want to see a part 2 of me taking through P versus P as well. It's worth showcasing him against Curse City boss as well some point this month. And that's about it from me from today. Hopefully you enjoyed this. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you for watching my video. Hopefully I'll see you on the next one. Let me down know in the comments as well on what champion showcase you want to see next. And then I'll look into that and see if I get access to the champion as well. So, and then more Phantom Shogun teams, which has had quite a few people asking for. So I'm looking into more teams over the next couple of weeks. Anyway, I've been Grim Reaper. Thank you for watching. I'll see you on the next one. Peace.